What's up, nail geeks? I am back with Polish Pickup February 2020 to show you all. I have 20 items for the theme Flora and Fauna. I am so excited for this month. I feel like we've got a lovely mix of colors and finishes and products. There are some really pretty and really honestly unique things to see in this video. So without further ado, let's get started. First up, we've got Alchemy Lacquers. This is Tridacna Maxima. Price will be 11 and the cap is 45 US and 5 UK and is described as a royal blue jelly filled with silver hollow glitter and a magenta orange to gold to green shifting finish. So this one definitely on the jelly side for application. For opacity, I'm going to suggest between 2 and 3 coats depending on how you polish. I do feel like the video is being color accurate to what I'm seeing in person. I'm really glad that you guys can see that lovely shimmer that's giving off that nice pinky type appearance. Just please note that that base color, as I build it up here in just a moment, is just a touch darker in person. You guys can definitely see the detailing in it, but I felt like this one was coming off just a touch more neon than what I'm seeing in person. So here you can see on that second coat, I've got really nice opacity happening. Now this one does dry down quite a bit on the satin, almost matte-like side. So personally, I would recommend a very glossy top coat just to really get everything to pop on it. Those little glitters in here will give you a lovely scattered type of holographic effect too. That gives you a bit of a pond effect in the buildup for it. So here I'm going in with that third coat. I really wanted you guys to see all the goodies in here. So I really think this gives a good representation of whether or not you're going to wear it at 2 or 3 coats. So Alchemy Lacquers is one of the what I would consider OGs to indie brands, and definitely want to give her a very warm welcome to Polish Pickup. I'm very happy she's here. Just really lovely polishes, and I'm super excited to have her. And next we've got Blush Lacquers. This is By the Light of the Moon, described as an aqua to blue to violet to bright purple shifting multi-chrome with a hint of red and gold at the far edges and packed full of sparkling hollow micro flakes. This is inspired by moonflowers. The price is 13 and there is no cap on it. So per usual, Victoria's paddle brushes really help to apply her polishes. This one is a lovely, lovely feel on those brush strokes here. For opacity on it, I'm going to suggest 2 coats on it. It builds up very, very nicely. Now you can kind of see on this first coat here that the base is a bit of a smoky, almost gray feel, at least in my opinion. Now the little flecks here that you're seeing, that's what's going to give you that multi-chrome effect. In bright lights like what you see on the video, you'll see this really deep type of sapphire type blue. I did try to catch the shift on it on my macro shots, which I'll put at the recap of this video at the end. You can definitely see that there is a purple shift to it and a touch of gold at very extreme angles. Really, really flirting with being almost linear and holographic effect. Just very, very glowy. Now it does dry down on the satin side, so personally I would recommend a glossy top coat. And next we've got Cameo Color Lacquers. This is Feathers in the Foliage, described as a vibrant leafy green crelly full of a variety of ultrachrome flakes, gold metallic microflakes, and silver hollow microflakes, inspired by an image of a colorful red macaw. Price will be 11 and there is a cap of 140 US and 10 UK. So this has a lovely crelly-like feel to the formula. Cameo definitely knows how to bring it for her crellies. So for opacity, I'm going to suggest 2 coats on this one as it builds up very nicely on the nail. And you'll see here in just a moment on the second coat, that nice plump effect starts to happen. Now I really dig this one. I do feel like the video is being color accurate to what I'm seeing for that base color. It's definitely a vibrant green, kind of on the limey type side, but it's still super flattering and in my opinion, warm but not too warm. You'll get that really nice rainbow effect from all those little flakes here. I had no issues getting them out of the bottle and onto my nail, and I had no texture after top coating. Now I do want to note that all of the top coat you're seeing in this video is from Glisten and Glow's Quick Dry Glossy Top Coat, if you are curious. Next up, we've got Crystal Knockout. This is Blue Springs and Manatees, described as a shimmery aqua base with a green glow, holographic silver and turquoise glitter, and iridescent color shifting flakes in teal, green, and blue. This is inspired by Florida's Manatees, and the price is 11 and there is no cap on it. So this is what I would consider another crelly type feel on application. For opacity, I'm going to suggest 2 coats on this one, though if you've got those lovely stilettos, you'll probably need 3. So the buildup is very nice on this. It does dry down pretty fast on your layers here, and you can see that on the second coat here, I'm getting that nice plump effect. So really lovely glowy type of feel to it. The base color kind of, in my opinion, leans a little bit on the powdery blue type, but all of those flakes and good stuff in here gives you that nice aqua type glow. Now this one does dry down quite a bit on the matte and satin side, so personally I would recommend a glossy top coat. Now Crystal Knockout also brings us an indie pickup item. This is Sun-Kissed Blooms and is an effect topper with a strong pink to violet aurora and iridescent color shifting flakes with violet, red, orange, and gold. This is inspired by Tulip Fields of the Netherlands. Price will be 10 and there is no cap on it. So I'm showing you guys this over Zoya V, which is that nice dusky lilac type of base that you see here, and I just wanted to really show off how springy it'll look over a slightly lighter color. So over black you'll definitely see that nice aurora shimmer effect of shift, but I wanted to be a little bit different with it. And next we've got DRK Nails. She brings us All the Pink Please, described as a bright fuchsia linear hollow base with iridescent pink to orange to gold flakes, hollow micro flakes, and red shimmer. This is inspired by a pink forest. Price is $11.80 and there is a cap of 150 US and 10 UK. So the paddle brush on this one, really satisfying again. This has a lovely buttery smooth formula, strong holographic effect with a mix of those slightly larger little flecks in here that give their own separate warm type of twinkle. For opacity on this one, I'm going to suggest 2 coats with it as it really builds up nicely. It definitely applies like a jelly in my opinion, but very dense on your brush strokes. So here you can really get a better idea of that. No issues whatsoever to report with this one. This one does dry down a little bit on the semi-gloss side, so I think any top coat will really be just fine with it, though you are seeing that glisten and glow glossy top coat, and it just really makes those little flakes pop like crazy on the nail. Such a flattering base color in my opinion. Next up we've got Esmaltes de Kelly. She brings us Butterfly Wings, described as a clear base with hollow flakes in pink, blue, red, gold, silver, and red to orange iridescent flakes with navy glitter. This is inspired by butterflies. Price will be 12 and there is a 150 US and 20 UK bottle cap. So I actually have quite a collection of this brand and I love her glitters so much. You can build them up to opacity so very fast. If you went in very light with this one, I could see this working as a glitter topper, but I'm extra and all that good stuff, so I personally, it's just beautiful on its own. So building it up to cover up your smile line, I would recommend between 2 and 3 coats, though personally I took it up to 2 coats and I thought it looked just fine. There is so much going on here, tons and tons of sparkle. I just love this one to pieces. Obviously you guys know I'm a big glitter fan, and this one definitely brought it. Those little flakes you'll see in my macro shots, you'll get that nice warm pinky type of glow from it. And here you can see on that second coat, I really didn't feel like I needed to go any further with it, and I topped off with the duo that she brought last month for glitter polishes, and I had no texture or anything like that with it. And next we've got Ethereal Lacquer. This is Ophidia, described as a sheer milky white curly base with strong red to copper to green shimmer, inspired by a snake image. Price is 13 and there is no cap on this one. This is another one that I think was one of the more challenging polishes I think I've ever worked on. The base color, I agree, is definitely a milky white base. It is very pretty. One of the commenters in Facebook mentioned that this might be a good polish for a milk bath manicure. I have been looking for little flower flecks because I actually wanted to try it out. I haven't found any just yet, but I definitely plan on doing it as I think this would be a really lovely shimmery type of milk bath effect. Now I want to note that building it up to opacity, you are going to see just a touch of your smile line, as this is one of those more delicate type of base colors. So regardless, I think it's just very versatile if you wanted to wear it as a topper over say a lighter color or white, but building it up on its own, it's just so crazy shimmery. You'll get a very, very strong red glow with that lovely green at angles. So really nice. Formula is nice and plump and quite a bit squishy, and I had no issues with it. And next we've got Fair Maiden Polish. This is so sophisticated. Described as a blurple when cold to light orchid when warm, thermal with iridescent flakes and shimmer. This is inspired by a fairy wrasse fish. Price is $11 and there is no cap on it. So this is very, very glowy because it has tons and tons of what I am going to say looks like almost like an aurora shimmer type of effect. The flakes are matching, so you'll get that strong glow effect from that too. This one has a really easy dry time to it, and it does dry down a little bit on the matte side, which you'll see on the transition shot here. So personally, I would recommend a glossy top coat just to really bring out those flakes and that shimmer. And for opacity, once again, 2 coats, and I think you'll be just fine. I think the paddle brush here really helps to spread this one across the nail. Very, very nice formula, easy to apply, and I had no problems with those flakes, anything, you know, sticking up or anything like that. So no problems to report with that. And the thermal properties to this are very, very strong. It was easily transitioning for me, and I think the flakes and the shimmer definitely flattered both the cold and the warm states. And you're seeing here with that ice shot effect from the ice water, easy transition. Very lovely thermal properties on this. Once again, full hand shot here, you are seeing a glossy top coat applied and no issues or anything like that to report. And Glisten and Glow brings us Pink Gerbera Daisies. This is a neon pink acrylic with a variety of black hollow glitters and black glitters. This is inspired by the maker Jill's favorite flowers. Price will be $12.50 and there is no cap on it. So this is such a lovely, buttery, creamy, smooth formula on application. Definitely 2 coats and you'll be good to go. I feel like this one is being a little bit tricky on color accuracy on the video here, so please refer to my swatches for what I would consider a better representation of that base color. So this is a neon pink polish. However, I do feel like there is a very slight raspberry almost like undertone to it. So just please keep that in mind. Now the little glitters in this one, I had no problems with them. I got a good amount of them on the brush and onto my nail. This one self levels really nicely and it just builds up wonderfully across the nail. So you'll also get a very subtle sparkling effect from some of those holographic black glitters too. Just really pretty. Now this one does dry down a little bit on the satin side, so going in with the Glisten and Glow top coat, you can see I had no texture or anything like that to report with it, and everything is just super smooth. Now Glisten and Glow also brings us a cuticle remover and cuticle oil duo in the scent Pomegranate Punch. This is going to be $12 and there is no cap on it. So what you're seeing here is what my nails look like on a Friday night. They are a hot mess, and I have to do this ritual literally every Friday in preparation for swatches. Glisten and Glow's cuticle remover is what I would consider one of the more gentle types of removers that I've used, but it's still very effective. So I'm just showing you guys real quick. I like to really layer it on with cuticle remover, as my cuticles are very hard over the years of me doing the unspeakable and trimming them and whatnot. PS, don't recommend that, but so I like to go in just a little bit thicker with it. Those of you with slightly softer, less abused cuticles, you can definitely get away with just a thin little layer there. The product comes out really easily on the brush. Back before I started actually blogging and swatching, I used to call it blogger's nails, and I was always so envious and jealous, but this is essentially how you achieve that look. So I like to go in with a glass orange stick, and I just gently go in and push back with a very light rubbing effect against my skin, and it's picking up any stray little shreds or anything like that, and it softens the area around your nail, and you just get that lovely blogger nails effect. That's what I'm calling it. So here, just easy removal. Now after I do this step, I like to go in with warm water and soap. You want to get all that residue off, wash your hands real good, take a trimmer if you need to, and get any hangnails off or anything like that. And then I go in and file, and you can see here they're a touch shorter, ready for swatching. And I'm gonna finish off with the cuticle remover. This is such a lovely, pleasant scent. It's definitely got that punchy type of vibe to it, very fruity, very pleasant, and not overwhelming in the slightest. So I go in, I rub everything down. Now, those of you who are new to taking care of your nails, when you go in with your cuticle oil, you gotta get underneath that nail too. You want them to be transparent on your free edges, so you'll get that nice bendy effect and your nails will be lovely and hydrated. And next we've got Lemming Lacquer. This is the Rainbow Fish, described as a medium blue crelly with scattered hollow pink and aqua crystal flakes and pink shimmer. This is inspired by the Rainbow Fish, and price and cap are to be announced. So we have a lovely crelly formula on this one. It applies crazy dense on the nail. The brush strokes on this one are really, really smooth. I had no issues with it at all. Very, very nice formula. So for opacity, once again, 2 coats, I think you'll be good to go. It builds up very nicely on the nail. Now this one does dry down a little bit on the matte kind of satin side. So personally, I would recommend a glossy top coat and you'll be good to go on this one. There is a ton of those little iridescent flakes in this one. They're in a variety of sizes from small, medium, and large. So you'll get that nice type of unicorn-like glow with this one. Tons of shimmer to be seen here too, and a very dense but scattered holographic effect from it. Here on that second coat, you can see that lovely plumpness happening. I feel like the video is being somewhat color accurate, though please note this is a touch darker in person. And next we've got Night Owl Lacquer. She brings us 1 owl of a day, described as an antique white crelly filled with gold to copper to green shifting crystal chameleon flakes, gold to green and aqua to green crystal flakes, and copper shimmer flecks. This is inspired by an owl meme. Price will be $12.50 and there is no cap on it. So this is a really lovely plump type of squishy crelly formula on the brush strokes. For opacity, I'm going to suggest between 2 and 3 coats. I personally took it up to 3 coats, though honestly I felt like I could have stopped at the second coat. I probably should have, as I think that's almost overkill for wearing this one. It does have a soft, delicate-like feel to that base color, so really going to depend on how you want to wear it. Now, I do want to note that my video and my swatches kind of leaned a touch yellow on this, but that base color is definitely an antique type of white, so it does have that very, very slight golden undertone to it. Here you can see on that second coat, I probably should have stopped. I was just being a touch extra, so I went in for that 3rd coat, but I had no problems with lumpiness or anything like that, so it was fine. Anyways, back to the base color. So there is a touch of a golden, very subtle gold feel to this, so it's not what I would consider a stark true white, but very, very nice. So please note in person, it's not quite that yellow leaning, but it is definitely a true antique type of white in my opinion. So the flakes here give you that really nice iridescent effect too. And Polish brings us Breath of the Wild, described as a soft sage green with a dense copper to gold to green shifting shimmer. Inspired by The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. Price is $13 and there is no cap on it. So teeny tiny spoiler alert, this is going to go with a collection that she's got coming out soon. Big spoiler alert. And I'll have that video ready probably next week. So definitely want to pick this one up if you are a rabid fan of the franchise like myself. This is a very flattering shade. Definitely agree. It's a soft type of sage green, very pretty. Now it does have a nice rich feel and application, really smooth on those brush strokes. I do feel like the video is being color accurate to what I see in person. This has a very strong shimmer to it. You'll easily see that nice copper glow with it, and on angles you'll see the gold and green come out to play. It is just really, really flattering on a warm undertone like myself, even though the shade is also on the warm side too. So here on the second coat, you can see really nice self-leveling happening here. And on the full hand shot, I've got a glossy top coat on, and that shimmer is exploited and really, really flattering and pretty. And Poetry Cowgirl Polish brings us Rainbow Butterfly Unicorn Kitten, described as a lavender taupe crelly packed with a rainbow of neon matte micro glitters and red to orange to gold to green iridescent ghost flakes. inspired by the namesake meme. The price will be $12, and there is a lower cap on this one, so there's 50 US and 10 UK bottles. So this has a definite jelly-like feel on application, though it does build up to opacity between 2 and 3 coats. I do feel like this one is being color accurate to what I see on the video and in person here. The base color, definitely a taupe-like shade, very neutral feeling, with just the slightest hint of a very, very light purpley type of tinge to the undertone here. So the neon matte micro glitters give you a really strong scattered effect across the nail. Now this one does dry down on the matte side, so personally I would recommend a glossy top coat on this one. I had no issues with the flakes or anything like that. Per usual, my bottles get a good shake before applying, and you can see here no problems with anything like that. So really nice dense feel to this, and after top coating, no texture. And Pretty Beautiful Unlimited brings us Neon Rainbow, described as a sheerish white crelly packed with shifting fairy dust shimmer, scattered holographic pigment, and micro flakes, and topped off with a custom mix of neon glitters. Inspired by rainbow tulips, price will be $10.50, and there is a cap of 150 US and 15 UK. So this one definitely on the more delicate side in terms of opacity, but personally I think wearing it at 2 coats you'll be good to go. There is quite a bit of a squish factor to the formula here that really helps in my opinion with buildup. Now this one does dry down on the matte side, as you can see here between my layers. So once again, I would recommend a really nice glossy top coat just to smooth everything out. No issues picking up those glitters out of the bottle, just giving that bottle a good shake, and I got a good mix on my brush. Now the shimmer here is very, very strong. You'll easily see it as that nice green type of aqua effect, and it kind of makes that base color less of a stark white, so it's almost like somewhat like a pearly white, just a bit of an off-white. And we also have a super crazy fun wax from Pretty Beautiful Unlimited 2. She brings us a fruit cocktail wax sampler. This is so stinking adorable. I loved it to pieces. Price on this one's going to be $8, and there is a cap of 45 US and 5 UK. So there is roughly 6 ounces of wax in this sampler, and there are 15 pieces of quote-unquote fruity candy. You'll have this little sheet that comes with it, and it will have all of the scent notes broken down in it. This is so stinking cute. You can mix and match them in your wax warmer if you wanted to kind of customize your scent blend. As soon as I opened up that bag, I had this like intense, amazing scent hit me. It was incredible. These smell so freaking good. If you are a fruity wax lover, this is definitely going to be up your alley. These are all amazing. They smelled fantastic. I've melted the lemon one so far. Really, really nice. This is just such a cute idea. I'm really digging it. I really loved it. I just thought it was so adorable, and they smell so stinking good. So if wax is your thing, this is definitely one to pick up. As also $8. I thought that was a really good value for this little sampler too. And Quixotic Polish brings us Ready for the Jelly, described as a black jelly-based duochrome with shimmer flecks that shift from emerald to aqua to royal purple. Inspired by jellyfish, and the price is $12. The cap on this one will be 200 US and 15 UK. So this is what I would consider a duochrome polish that is built from these tiny little flecks. It's really pretty, and it builds up crazy fast to opacity. Now I did catch some of the color roll to this one on my macro shots. Once again, I'll show you guys the recap at the end. You'll easily see that emerald green to purple color roll with on the edges dancing around there. You'll see that bit of that nice teal come out to play too. So this one has a very smooth, buttery formula on application. I would personally recommend 2 coats for opacity on this one. It really plumps out nicely on that second coat, as you're seeing here. Now it does dry down on the satin-like side, so once again, glossy top coat, and I think you'll be good to go. Really, really intense type of emerald green here with tons and tons of shift. So very nice. I had no issues with this one whatsoever, and no texture or anything like that. And last but not least, we've got Scoflaw Nail Varnish. She brings us Cryptid Preservation Society, described as a dreamy, dusty gray blue jelly packed with glitters and shreds in plum, violet, and silver, and finished off with iridescent highlights and flecks in various shades. Price on this one will be $12.50, and there is no cap on it. So per usual, Scofflaw really does well on these Crellies. This one builds up so crazy fast to opacity. Very nice formula on this. It's crazy smooth, even though it is just so packed full of goodies here. You'll get that nice dense though scattered sparkle in person. And here on that second coat, you can see really nice plumping action happening. I'm going just a touch slower with it as I really found it satisfying on those brush strokes. Really nice plump effect. Now this one does dry down matte, so personally I would recommend a really glossy top coat just to make those little sparkles and flecks pop like crazy. No issues or anything like that to report with it. Just a really nice cool toned grayish bluish shade. Now, depending on when this video releases, wish listing might be open. I am recording this along with my Sunday videos. However, it does take my computer at least 4 to 6 hours to compile these polish pickup videos. So depending on when this one is finished compiling, you might be seeing this either Sunday night or Monday evening. We'll see. But regardless, wish listing should be open within the next several days. And the shop will be open February 7th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time and will go until February 10th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll link you guys below to Polish Pickup's shop to check it out and make your wish lists if it's open at the time this video goes live. I felt like we had just a lovely mix of colors here, really nice. So per usual, I'm gonna ask you guys, let me know in the comment section what's on your wish list, what are you gonna get, what are you hoping for, all that good stuff. So as always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching.